Why, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday night. I hope everyone had a really good day today. I know I had a pretty good day today, so I'm hoping you also out there had a really good day today. So tonight I've taken out a very, very, very temperamental machine. It initially came out in 1977, believe it or not, but it really didn't start get to released in wider numbers until like 1978. And it's the originally called the Bally Professional Computer System, which then became the Bally Professional Arcade, that became the Bally Astrocade, that became the Bally, well, actually just the Astrocade, actually. Bally got dropped from it completely. But it's actually a really powerful machine, and it actually was much, much more powerful than pretty much anything at the time. I would have said it could probably rival ColecoVision style of gameplay back in 77 versus 1982. Now, this machine, what you see above me right up here, is the second version of it. Even though the case was the same, it's really just a name change from the Bally Professional Computer System to the Bally Professional Arcade. And what was there's a lot of interesting stuff in this particular machine. First off, this was the first console before the Atari 400, 800, and the 5200 to actually incorporate 4 joystick ports on the back of the machine. There's player port 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they do use the same 9-pin connectors as the Atari 2600. But the controllers, as you can see here, are quite different. They look like, like a gun handle, which is very, very comfortable in the hand. This is an 8-way joystick, but it also has a potentiometer, so it spins. So the Fairchild Channel F had something similar, but the spinner was digital. It would just go digitally. This is actually a potentiometer, so it spins smoothly. And you can support up to 4 of these at a time. This is actually number 2, but they're just numbered at the top. That really didn't matter. It's actually really comfortable for quite a good gameplay. The trigger button feels kind of good. You can see it's actually doing something on the computer screen there right now. Another thing about the Astrocade here is that you can see in the top, again at the picture, it has a numeric keypad built in. Something that the Intellivision, 5200, ColecoVision, Jaguar did later on. But it wasn't built into the controller. It was built onto the machine itself. Another interesting fact is that the machine actually had 4 programs built in. Now, this was very expensive at the time. This thing was like $399 when an Atari was like $199. And then Intellivision was $199. This was really, really expensive. And there's reason for that, which is also a bad thing about it. But it did come with 4 games built in. It got a great sound chip. The problem with this sucker is that it did have a lot of custom chips. And as a matter of fact, some of the technology in here was based off like the Wizard of War and Gorf arcade machines. It's not the exact same board, but they kind of took that type of technology and shoved it in here, and they crippled it a little bit. Why? Again, this is 1977. Memory chips were extremely expensive, extremely expensive. So because of that, they really had to limit the RAM that was in this machine. They disabled some of the higher res modes that the chips could have done. So the resolution here is a little bit lower than on the Atari 2600. But you'll see that the sound effects and the gameplay and the graphics are still extremely well done on this machine. And this was also, I don't want to say, I can't say for 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure this was the first one also to incorporate a basic cartridge. You would put the basic cartridge in the cartridge slot up there, but it also, the second version of that cartridge had a built-in cassette interface. Now, the one downside, again, was the memory was so limited in this machine. But people still found ways to connect a cassette recorder and program some pretty good games. Also, on the back of this unit, there was actually a serial connector on here, believe it or not, for a light pen and a cassette interface. Again, very innovative for the same time frame as the Atari 2600. And like the ColecoVision, but in 1977, there was an expansion port on the back. This machine was designed to turn into a full-fledged computer. It's called the Z-Grass computer, and this machine would drop right into it. Of course, the video game crash happened. The machine itself was already extremely expensive. It was like $3.99 at the time, so it didn't sell very well. It ended up going pretty much to mail order versus buying in the store, and they ended up handing it off. But the retro community love these machines. And again, I have about 5 of these right now. 2 are definitely working. 1 is kind of working. The other 2 are not working at all. The big thing that killed these suckers back in the day was the good old shag rugs. A shag rug for the Bally Astrocade was a death sentence. Those vents needed to put air into those custom chips. And if this thing was on a rug, hey Adam, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. These machines would die in droves because of being placed on a rug. It's going to be placed up high. And actually right now, I should actually have this on like one of those computer fans, like a laptop fan, just because this machine will overheat the way it is. So I may not play this super long today because, again, these custom chips you can't replace. Once these go and those chips go, these things are done, point blank. But again, let's take a look at some things that were in here. Now, you can see there's a thing called a calculator. So it's kind of nice. You press number, see if I can do it right now because I have other things on the screen. Can I clear that? I'm not sure if I can clear it. I'm going to do number 3. I'm going to have to reset it. Okay, let's reset it. It's very temperamental. It may have actually locked. There we go. May have locked up. So I'm going to hit number 3 on here. And basically, you have a calculator. 4 plus 4 equals, oh my God, I don't need to do math anymore. I have a computer, a calculator built in. Now remember, calculators themselves back in 1977 were extremely expensive. So here you have a video game console. It was promised to be a computer for a large company called Bally. And you have a nice calculator in here, which is kind of nice. Now, the basic programming was done on this tiny little keyboard up here, so it was actually quite a pain to do. Adam, how you doing? Charlie, how you doing? Thanks for joining. And so again, you could potentially do some schoolwork on here, but no one really bought this for the calculator. Now, there's a program here called scribbling. I'm going to go into that. So press number 4, and I'll hit enter on that one. Number of players. I'm going to say 0. Now, what's kind of cool about this thing, you can say 0 players, and the machine will play it by itself. So I'm going to press 0 right now. And the machine is going to use its Skynet technology to draw a design sitting on the screen. So, again, this was one of the first computers that let you draw using your joystick here. You would use the spinner here to make your brush thicker or wider, and you would use your joystick, to touch it. So right now I'm going to let it draw for a second, just so you can see like the kaleidoscope effects that it does here right now. Excuse me. And, again, this machine had always caught my eye. I did see it in a store. There was a video store in town where I live. They did have this up on the top rack there, and the box was huge. I mean, it was bigger than the 2600, bigger than the Intellivision. But this was out, I said, about the same time as the 2600. The big thing against this was, again, Atari just had such good marketing for it. Bally really didn't market this thing very well. It was done in magazines. Atari had TV, had radio. Have you played Atari today? They had a great slogan, power without the price. Where Bally didn't really do that. They kind of threw a lot of high technology at it, very expensive technology, at a time where people really couldn't spend that kind of money. So I'm going to hit reset here for a second, go back to the main menu. I'll go back into 4 scribbling, but this time I'm going to say 1. So when I press 1, and the keypad here is not the best, try it again. 1, there we go. So you can see I have a cursor in the middle, and I could change the size of my spinner here. It's getting very small, very big, and then I can move it around the screen, but when I pull the trigger, it just starts drawing. See, there it goes. I could draw it, and I can make this smaller and bigger and change colors and all these weird things. So, again, there's actually an overlay for the numeric keypad up above me. So you can actually do more effects in here, but I don't have that keypad with me right now, the overlay. But you can see, again, it's just something neat that you could do, again, with this machine. And back then, who wants to draw on paper? When you have a Bally professional arcade, we can go into TV, stop people from watching their TV shows, hog it to draw great artwork like this. I mean, check this out. Bada boom. So those are, you had a calculator, you had a drawing pad, but there were actually 2 games in here. I actually think they're pretty good games myself. I'll go with the Gunfight first. Now, Gunfight, people recognize like Outlaw by Atari, but Bally did have their own arcade game based on like Gunfight. My number 1 here is really finicky. Let's try that 1 again. 1. Please take my 1. Try the reset button again. 1. There we go. Yay! You can set your own high score. So you can say how many times someone gets hit. I'm going to say 10. Right? I'll hit enter on that. So you can see there, this is really a 2-player game, technically. You can set it for 1-player game, but I'm going to cheat here to show you how this kind of plays. So by turning my potentiometer here, you see my gun gets raised and lowered. Now the 2600 couldn't do this. You basically shot in a direction. Hold on the button, I guess. But you can see I can move up and down. At the same time, I am moving my gun around. And again, there was only 4 colors on here, so it's kind of similar to the Fairchild Channel F. But again, this was very limited by the RAM. This machine was capable of much higher graphics, many more colors, but it was just limited by the RAM. Charlie Jordan, how you doing, buddy? We got Vader Gamer. Thanks for joining. So you can see here, I can go over, and I can kind of go down, but aim up with my thing, pull my trigger, and try and shoot this guy. And I'm actually missing it. My God. Got him! Shot him dead. Family, wholesome fun. A gun, shooting a guy, dead. And you can see as the levels go up, you get a couple extra cactuses in here. But again, it's just a game that came with the system. And, back then, I'm not going to lie, back then, this was mind-blowing. 1977, playing a game like this was really, really good. And, shoot him. There we go. Got him on an angle. I think there's actually a wagon that comes in at one level. I'm not sure if it's oh, there's the wagon. So, again, it's very much like Outlaw on the 2600, but I do think this is far superior. I think the graphics on these guys are far superior. The 2600 were just really one-color stick figures. Here you can see their face. You can move their arms up and down. And you have the joystick. These, I have to say, these are like fantastic feeling joysticks that they made here. You could do it with one hand. Not well, but you could do it. So I do 2 fingers here. Shot him again, dead. So I'll go up to my 10 score. And then the other game on here is called Checkmate, which would be like Surround on the 2600. And I forgot what the Intellivision name of the game is. But again, it could play itself. But again, when Tron, the movie, came out, it's almost like the light cycles in that game. So obviously, this would be better with 2 people. Or if I did the computer, gave the computer a chance to actually fight me. But I'm cheating. Just to show you what the game's like. But the joystick, I'll show you the joystick again. So this is what the joystick is. If you want to look up the Bally Astrocade joystick, these things are very, very comfortable. And they're actually pretty robust. I have these original 4. I've never had a really problem with them. The potentiometer at the top, I did have to open it and clean out some of the carbon buildup in there. But everything has still worked on these. And my Atari sticks, they've broken over the years. The Intellivision ones are just garbage anyway. But these suckers have really stand the test of time. Now, Fairchild had ones very similar, but they use such thin wires in these cables, they broke all the time. Which has not been the case here with this. I think one more death, and then we'll go over to Checkmate. Oh, that's it. 10. So, again, on the main control panel here, there's a reset button, and eject. And what's interesting about the Astrocade is you are pretty much told to put the cartridge in, like my TI-994A, when the machine is on. I mean, you can turn it off, but basically just slide the cartridge in, hit the reset button with it powered on, which is a little different than most of the game consoles back in the day. So let's go back to reset. And next game will be the Checkmate, which is number 2. And I'm going to say number of games. I'll say number of games. Let's do 3 games. And I'm going to do initially 0 players. So the computer is going to play all 4 characters in the game so we all can watch and see how this game works. So the object of the game is to be the last one standing and have the other people crash into your wall, which is very reminiscent of the Tron, light cycle stage. But this was obviously way before that. And you can see the computer. Well, the computer beat the other 3 computer games. But again, it's actually a really fun game, and I'll do the next level in a second. I'm sure the computer will wipe me with the floor with this. Vader, thank you, man. I hope Puerto Rico's a lot warmer than it is up here in New York today. I tell you, it's gotten very cold again. Now, I really can't remember what the Intellivision. I think it was like Shafu. I think it was Shafu on the Intellivision. It was Surround on the 2600. What was good about the 2600, they have so many game variations for Surround. Well, this only has the 1 game, but what's kind of cool is you can have 4 people play at the same time. You get 4 controllers. You can play this all at the same time. And actually, there's a homebrew version of Warlords 4 control ports on this as well. So that should be it. I think this is it for the computer. 3 games. So we'll hit the reset button again, go back, and I'll try it myself. So I'm going to do Checkmate, which is number 2. Number 2 seems to work a lot better than the number 1 button. So number 2 games, and we'll press enter on that. And I'm going to do 1 player, if it takes the 1. 1. There we go, it took the 1. So I am the guy all the way on the left. And let's see if I can trap this guy here. Yeah, got him! Got him! Now I'm going to see if I get this green guy here. Got him too. But I'm going to have a trouble with this guy up top. Oh, he pinned me off! Oh, unless he screws up, I am a dead man. He died. So let's try this again. Got him. Oh, I'm going to go this way. Oh, go left. Go this way. I might be able to get him again. Uh-oh. Shoot. This guy may get me. Oh, you sucker. Ha-ha. All right, I have a chance again here. And the joystick is really, really responsive. I mean, a 2600 joystick can be a little stiff, but these controllers always work super well. Think I may get him again. I may win another game. And I did. So I beat the computer in all these games. But of course, the more times you play, the computer does learn a little bit, about how you play the game. Now that's it for the built-in games. And so what's kind of neat is on the top of the machine above me, you can see this part right here. Underneath it, you can store all your games. So I'm going to pull this off, and I got to put it somewhere safe because these things are very delicate. I don't know where I'm going to even put it. Guess I'm going to stick it right there. I'll be very gentle with you. And like the 2600 was 8 tracks, and the Fairchild was like 8 tracks, the Astrocade kind of went with like cassettes. So these look about the same size as an audio tape. And this is Space Invaders. And I'm going to show this one first because I think actually this is probably one of the worst versions of Space Invaders. I'm going to tell you why. Space Invaders should only go down so many levels and then they hover above you and just go faster and faster. This one, they made it, I think it's a bug when they released this, but it keep coming down level after level after level until they just hit the ground and then you can't play anymore. So I'm going to leave the machine on. You see it's on. I'm going to take this and put it in the machine. I'm going to insert it in, press it down, hit the reset button. And you can see now a new number 1, of course it's got to be number 1, the key that's not working very well on my machine, is Space Invaders. And they actually called it Space Invaders. They weren't nailed yet for copyrighting on the name, because Atari actually got the rights from Taito for Space Invaders. Even though Bally released it in the arcade, Atari got the rights from Taito, so they said, well, you know what, we did it in the arcade, we're calling it Space Invaders. And, well, they couldn't do that because when Galaxian, they had to call it, I think, a Galactic Invasion. They couldn't call it Galaxian on the label. But let me check the chat real quick. Who do we have in here so far? We got Charlie Jordan. Let's see what we got here. We got Charlie. How you doing? I think Cammy might be in here. I'm not sure if she is, but we have Adam. So welcome you guys again for dropping on the show. Oh, we have Jennifer 10 dual commandments. So Jennifer's watching. I'm not sure if any of the kids are watching, or if they are, hello to all the kids. I'm going to try Space Invaders. Again, joystick here. But again, I'm not sure how many levels I'll get through. But in my opinion, this is probably the weakest version of Space Invaders, just because the game ends no matter what. So I'm going to go into the game. If it takes number 1, there we go. And I'll do amateur. You know, I'm not quite a professional. But you can see it does have a very good Space Invaders-y look. And they move very smooth. You can see the graphics are kind of on the blocky side. They're not, you know, the 2600 was fantastic resolution, but you can definitely do higher resolution. Now, this does have the ability to do it, but there would really be no room left to write the game code, because this machine really, even though it had really powerful sound and graphics capabilities, just didn't have the RAM. And that's unfortunate, because if it did, this absolutely would have been, you know, the winner graphically. Basically like the ColecoVision of its early day. Oh, did I get him? Oh, I got him! Haha! So here's the next level. And you can see it does drop down a little bit lower. Oh, got myself an extra ship. Oh, you almost got me, but you didn't, did you? And obviously, well, you may notice that the graphic quality is not stupendous. This machine, like so many machines of its day, only had RF out. So basically, I'm going into a VCR to convert this to an analog signal that I can use with composite, sound, and video. Now, I do actually have an S-Video board that I could put in here, and I really just haven't had the guts to really touch this machine, because again, these machines are so delicate. I'm afraid I have opened it, you know, to clean it and get the boards and the chips as clean as possible. But when I tell you these machines are delicate, I am actually really scared opening this machine and of fear of it not working again. They're that rare, that delicate. Now, it would be interesting if they used the paddles on here, but they don't. It's just the left and right on the joystick and the trigger. But again, this joystick is really, really comfortable. Oh, they're taking apart that base big time! Woo! Ah, that UFO got away. Oh man, these guys are just dropping bombs left and right. So we're getting a little bit lower still. Oh! Oh! These guys are firing like crazy. I think they're trying to shoot me or something. That's right. You fly over me, you're getting shot. Point blank. Oh, and they shot me too. So this is going to be kind of tough now. These guys are dropping bombs like crazy here. See, now, I don't know if I'm going to get to show you guys that stage. But they're going to keep dropping down until eventually they just touch the ground and don't even give you a chance to fight back. Which is not a way Space Invaders should be. They should at least stop at one level, so you always have a chance to defeat them. Okay, now they're taking away part of my bunker. Oh, we're gonna got 2 bases left. This is gonna be tough. Not sure if I'm gonna make it, guys. Oh, that's it! They told me there's a base left, but that was my last base? Let's take a look here at the chat. Yeah, the Super Video conversion on this thing was available a few years ago from a gentleman on Bally Alley. And if you want to know more about the Bally Astrocade, there's a great site called Bally Alley. And there's a guy named, actually, Adam, who runs that site. I want to try and get him on the show one of these days and see how it is. The 2600, yeah, Charlie, you know, it was, at the time, that's what we had, you know. But this is definitely, I think, a much better joystick. So I'm going to pop out, hit the reset button, and eject my Space Invaders here. And I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to put it in. It's not really much to show. But I want to show you, this was their basic cartridge. You can see right here, there's a little red LED, and then there's this audio jack. You can actually plug a cassette recorder directly into this to save your programs. Now, the original basic cart didn't have this on here, and you had to plug it into the back. You had to buy a special interface cable. I think it actually came with the basic cartridge, didn't have this in here. But I'm going to pop it in. I don't know what we can do. I'm just going to pop in this basic cartridge. Hit the reset button, and it goes right into basic. And you would use this numeric keypad above, you know, to do all these things. And without the overlay, I really don't know what I'm doing here. But, not like I'm not a program in Bally Basic anyway. But that's the basic programming language. Yay, that's so exciting, Glenn. That was amazing. Oh, Cammy is here. Hi, Cammy. The 2600 Junior recently found came with 7 control pads. Those are nice. If you got the European 1700 pads that are like the NES, Cammy, you got very lucky. Those go for a good chunk of change these days. And congratulations on that. Let's see. I'm going to show you one of the good games on here. So, again, this is Galaxian. When you load the game, it'll say Galaxian. But here you can see they call it Galactic Invasion. Because they got in trouble because they used Space Invaders last time. It's so weird because Bally Midway are the ones who released this in the arcade. But again, Atari got the license, and they couldn't release this on a console without kind of being, you know, a little cheaty in it. So I'm going to put this game in here. And this is a very good version of Galaxian in here, which is one of my favorite games. Hit that reset button again. And it says, see, Galaxian here. Haha, we tricked you. It only said Galactic Invasion on the label on the box. When you put it in, they say Galaxian. So we'll press number 1 on that. Hopefully the game will start. And I think the sound effects here are pretty spot on. It had a really good sound chip. It's actually one of the, I think, the arcade machine from Gorf and Wizard of War's sound chip. Again, only limited by the amount of memory that was in here. So I'm going to enter skill level. I'm going to put in 1 because I'm a pansy tonight. I'll do 5 bases because I'm going to cheat. Number of players is 1. So again, even though the resolution is a little bit down, this is, I think, a much better version of Galaxian than what the Atari had. I think the sounds are better, and I think the graphics don't have any interference or weird little lines on the left or right side, or totally enclosed like the 2600 did. The only thing it's missing is like the stars moving in the background. But this is a really good version. Oh, almost got him. It was just programmed very, very well, in my opinion. But again, I keep saying this over and over again, but these early machines were so limited in RAM space that programmers had to be so creative and how to do this. In fact, when you wrote the basic games, you basically were using some of the video RAM. So line 1 would be used to draw the screen, line 2 would be a program code. That's how creative they had to be to even make that even work. Oh, you got me! Okay, I'm getting this too easy. I'm going to reset this and go for that. Let's go for the hard level. Let's go back to Galaxian because I don't want level 1. Back. Galaxian. Let's do a hard level. Skill level. We'll start off at skill level 8. How about that? Number of bases, we'll do 3. And number of players, 1. Let's see how it goes now. Oh! Well, I guess they showed me real quick. Holy Toledo! Kamikazes! So again, I thought that was very good, and you can't be right. The sound effects in here are excellent. They're very close to what the arcade game had in here. Let's see what other games I had here that we had. Now, this is probably not one of the more games a lot of people know. It was called Star Battle. And Star Battle, again, was an arcade game conversion, which was, again, kind of released around Star Wars. It was like, if I'm remembering this right, it was like the attack on the Death Star trench, kind of, with an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter. So let's pop in Star Battle here. Put this in. Hit our reset button. And it does say Star Battle. So you press number 1. And I'm going to do 1 player. Max score, let's do 10. So it's kind of cool that you get to determine how much you're going to play. 10 or 11 now. What the heck? Do 11. Why do 10 when you could do 11? So I am the X-Wing, and the computer is that TIE Fighter. So again, the only thing it's using here is the joystick. But again, when you saw Star Wars, you wanted to play this game. And this is well before Intellivision came out with Star Strike. But again, this is based off of the arcade game. Oh, goodness gracious, you tied it up. In your face, sucker. The Force is strong with this one. Use the Force, Glenn. Oh, we shot each other's shots. Check that out. I know lasers can hit each other. Oh, that hurt. I felt that one. And you can kind of control who goes further back, but he can control it too. So you're actually sometimes fighting who's going to stay close and who's going to go up high. Dang, brother. Oh, come on! You didn't give me a chance. That's what you get. And that's what you get again. Want some more? Come here, I'll give you more. I know it doesn't look so exciting, but again, when you're a kid, 8, 9 years old, and seeing something like this, your mind was blown. I mean, it really was. You're not getting me. Come on. I think that's me. I think I got the score. Number 11. That's it. Whee! Now I can still fly down my trench, pretend I'm going to blow up that Death Star. But again, a fun little game, really responsive controllers. What do we got in here? Let's check some of the chats. I want to welcome everyone who's joined the stream. Thank you very much. Our imagination fills in the blanks. Yes, it does. And again, it was a very fun game, I thought. I really enjoyed the game back in the day. Let's pull this thing out. What else do we have here we can try? Elementary math. No, I'm not going to do that game. Sorry, I don't like math, so I'm not going to use it as a game. So I'm going to put that back in here. What else we got? Another educational game. They did have some educational games. Letter math, spell, crossword puzzle. But those are not my kind of games, so we're not going to play those. Bally Pinball. And it has the same kind of effect as the, Activision games with the labels, the glue. You can see that glue is really starting to wear out some of that back there. So let's put in some Bally Pinball and see how exciting pinball is back in 1977. Not from Arcade 1-Up, not from, at games, but video pinball back in the day. So there's looks like there's two. We'll start off with number 1. Let's see what that's like. 1 player. Number 1. There we go. Oh my God. All right. Here is pinball for back in the day, and oh my Lord, look at this. I have no idea how to do this. So there's the trigger. Do I have to have 2 joysticks? I think I need 2 joysticks. So you pull the trigger here for each one of your... Oh, boy, I've only got the 1 joystick right now. I didn't pull out the other one. I guess can I even launch a ball? How do I launch the ball? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, and it crashed. It crashed. All right, let's hit the reset button. Let's try that one more time. Number of players, 1. Again, some of these old machines, you're going to have to take these glitches as they... Oh, look at this thing. It's glitching again. It could be the cartridge. Could be dirty. So I'll reset it. I'm going to try Pinball 2. See if I can really see it. Yeah. This cartridge might need to be cleaned. That's not working so well, is it? Let's try that one more time. Number 1, number 2, and number 1, number 2. Yeah, this cartridge is... I'm guessing... Probably has some corrosion on there. Let's try the old... I know you really shouldn't do that, but because you get moisture in there, but let's just try it anyway. We all know my stuff's in bags, so it really can't be dust. Reset again. And we'll try number 2 and 1. If it takes it. Yeah, this cartridge may not be... Again, these are quite old. So I guess, yeah, we're not going to get Bally Pinball to work that way. So I'll have to, unfortunately, take him out. Sorry, guys. What else do we have here? Ooh, Amazing Maze and Tic-Tac-Toe. Why play Tic-Tac-Toe on a piece of paper when you can play it on your TV, right? So let's see how that one works. We'll put that in here. Hit the old reset button. And I guess we'll try Amazing Maze first, because that's just amazing. And I'm going to do 1. Max score, we'll do 5. If I can hit it, 5. There we go. And we'll do medium, because I'm feeling kind of medium today. Get ready. Get ready. I'm ready. Did this glitch too? I think it might have glitched. All right, let's try this again. Amazing Maze. These are the pitfalls of trying to use original hardware. Do 2. Here we go. I assume that garbage at the bottom of the screen, is it thinking? It's really thinking. Trying to make me a maze that's amazing. Oh, I don't think so. I think it's screwed up. I think this thing's screwed up. Oh, no, it did make a maze. Of course, it is so small, I can't see anything. Uh-oh. I'm being chased by the computer? Look at this high-res graphics, kids. Uh-oh, I think it's gonna get me. Oh, he's trying to get to the end! He's gonna beat me, you cheat! Oh, he's totally gonna beat me. He's totally gonna beat me. Wow. But look at that graphics, huh? Is that graphics that just you can't believe your own eyes? Living the dream, that's right. Michael B. Living the dream. Okay, it built up a new garbage maze. Here we go. Oh, man, this screen is so small. Oh my god. I am not going to do this again. No! This computer's going to beat me again, isn't it? Oh! Oh! Go! No! Oh, Michael B., this computer here, this little Skynet Junior, or the grandfather of Skynet, is beating me in this maze game. Maybe I could beat it in Tic-Tac-Toe next. Come on, let's start. Ooh. You know, the computer doesn't make any mistakes. That's just not right. Oh, come on! Oh, no! Oh, no! I'm chasing him. I'm chasing him down. Get. No! Okay, so the computer's going to beat the heck out of me in that, but again, that was the medium maze. Let's just take a look and see what the easy maze was and the, I guess the high version of it was. Let's go into Amazing Maze 1. Max score, we'll do just 1. And we'll do the easy maze. Maybe that's a Glenn-style maze. It's thinking. It's thinking. All right, let's see what we get here. Can Glenn win one? No, this is a dead end. Oh, come on! It doesn't make any mistakes! Oh, my lord. All right, let's just see how long it takes and what kind of large maze it makes here. So let's go back in, player 1. Max score 1. 11. Let's do hard. Oh, it glitched. 1, 1, 1, and 3. Come on, give me 3. Come on, old machine. Here we go. Ooh. Hopefully that's normal. I don't think that's right. This poor machine is just so old. Yeah, that's glitched. That is glitched. We'll try one more time. Again, people have to realize when these things get old, you know, this is kind of what's going to happen. And let's try 3. Okay, I think that's working better this time. It's really thinking. The Guru Meditation, yeah, man. Good old Amiga Bill. Very good guy, personal friend of mine. We meet up every once in a while. Once in a blue moon, we do meet up. All right, this thing's really chugging along. I hate to see what kind of maze I get here. Oh, it worked. Holy Toledo. Oh, this thing's gonna kick my butt again. Oh my god, oh my god. Come on, it's not fair, it doesn't make any mistakes! You know, computer, you're cheating. This computer cheats, and I'm gonna try tic-tac-toe. That's a cheating game. So let's go to number 2. Can I win a tic-tac? Oh! Should I do 0? Like in war games? And see if it can learn from... Maybe it says it'll learn. Maybe it'll become self-aware. Let's do 0. And 0. It won't let me do 0? Ah, won't let me do 0. Okay, they must have learned from war games not to let this happen. All right, we'll do 1. Max score, we'll do... let's do 4. And it looks like I am the X's. So I'll take the center square. Thank you very much. And I'll take this one here. Oh, you turd muffin. You know, if you're going to do this to me and not let me win the game, I'm not going to be very happy. Okay, looks like it's a deadlock. Which is pretty much how the game's going to be. No one got a score. Nice try, jerkweed. Well, I guess this is a game in which you play with another human being, because it looks like they programmed these machines with no chance for error. That's right. Time to play a game. Is this real or a game? What's the difference? Global nuclear warfare. I won! I won, Joshua. I won. Like, I'm not going to see that one coming, really. Come on. Gotta do better than that, Joshua. Gotta do better than that, Joshua. Yeah, no winner again. Now just picture your mom's in the kitchen making you one of those Salisbury steak TV dinners from Swanson. Your sister is dying to watch, I don't know, Laverne and Shirley. But you got the TV tied up playing tic-tac-toe when you can very easily take a piece of paper in the other room to play the game. How happy your family would be to tie your TV up to play this game. And these games, like everything else, this game probably cost you, $40 back in the day, which is probably like $80 today to play tic-tac-toe. My father would have been like, what are you, insane? It may take a long time to get to 3. We'll try maybe one more game and just see, because this will go forever. Oh, he's got me! He won. He won. Joshua took a game. Now we have to have a tiebreaker. Now we got to have a tiebreaker. Should have ended while I was ahead. Tell me this is not the most exciting live stream you've ever seen. This has to be the most exciting live stream you've ever seen. He took me again. He took me again. See, Joshua, you don't mess with Joshua. He took us out. This game, real fun, but we'll try something else. Let's pop this one out. Boom. Goodbye. And let's see what other games we got here. This thing has not been taken out in probably a good 15 years to be used. Seawolf and Missile. Let's put that in, see what we get here. Seawolf and Missile. Yeah, Michael B's on the edge of his seat. Let's take a look at Seawolf first. We'll press number 1. Time. We'll give it 60 seconds. That's come on, 60 seconds. Thank you. And I use my this time I'm using my potentiometer. It's not the joystick. So I'm using it to move my ship as fast as I want. Now this was very reminiscent. When I got my 2600, actually it was a Sears video arcade. It came with Target Fun. And this is pretty much what I was playing on it. And graphically, I mean, it looks the same as the Atari version. But the Atari used the joysticks. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was joysticks. Here, I think I like the paddle being used more. Load. How about load? He said load. Man, this is a fast sub. This is like a super sub. This has got to be like the Hunt for October. Oh my goodness, man! I gotta reload. Oh, game over. So as you know, that was pretty fun. Again. The Atari 2600 Target Fun was very similar to that game, but I do like that it used the paddle versus the joystick to move a sub back and forth. So let's go back and try the other game, which is Missile. Time, again, we'll do 60 seconds on that. 600 seconds, holy crap. And again, it used the paddle. Again, this is basically the 2600 version of, I guess, Target Fun. But the thing with Target Fun, it had like, I don't know, 30 or 40 game variations. Here you've only got one game each. So Atari definitely did better with giving you more replay value. I mean, this is fun for a little bit, but there were so many game variations on the Atari that really make it a much better purchase than this game would have been. We're definitely not going to go 600 seconds. I'll go nuts. But, and check that out. I didn't realize that. I can use the joystick to guide my missile. Didn't realize that. Hold on, I missed. Jesus. Oh, there we go. So I can use my paddle to move my guy left and right, and I can use a joystick to guide my missile. Woo, that makes this a little more fun. I hope I'm shooting the right guys. just red and blue ones. And I am blue. I'm blowing up my own ships. Am I giving him points? I don't know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gotcha. Right up the ass. There you go. So again, it is a fun game. And if my parents had brought this game home on my machine, I would have enjoyed it. But to be honest, these two games, the Atari 2600 definitely had the better cartridge. Just got so many game variations on it. And it would have been better if this one actually had the computer challenge you, which it's not. So, nostalgic. Hey, man, how's it going, bud? It's been a long time. Okay, we're going to eject this game. It's fun, but, that's all the game has to it. So, let's move on. I got so many games we can go through here. Okay, we have Panzer Attack and Red Baron. So, basically, that Missile Attack and Seawolf, and this all would have been pretty much combat. But let's see how they did with this one here. So, Panzer Attack and Red Baron on the Bally Professional Arcade. Put you in. Hit the reset button. We'll try the Red Baron first. Let's do some biplane action. Let's go on number one. If my number one will press, there we go. Game time, again, we'll try and do 60 seconds. I didn't say 600. Okay, so my joystick. Ooh, ooh. Okay, the joystick controls my ship, but my potentiometer is how fast or slow I go. So if I twist it, I go slow to fast. And again, it looks like this is a two-player game. Because... So the other game, that's really silly. Even the Atari, you could have played against the computer. But I do like the fact that the controller has so many more options. I can go fast. I can pull up or crash. Oh, almost crashed into the ground. So that's kind of neat that they did incorporate different parts of the controller in it. Let's do a nice loop. And let's see if I can shoot this guy. Shoot him on the ground. Strafing. Strafing. Woo. I can just do this. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there. See, this is quality programming here. You can just sit here and rack up your... Oh, I missed! Oh, I missed. How terrible. But I got you now. Look at that. I can do this all day. So I'm going to assume, unfortunately, that the tank game is probably going to be a two-player as well game. And since my son will never play these games. Number of players, let's try... I still won. One. Number of games, let's do 4. Not 44! Oh my god. Alright, so what good? So one player is literally only one tank? What the hey, man? So the potentiometer doesn't do anything, so it's a tank. I will say the tank looks better than the 2600 tank. But what good is this game with one player if there's no other tank to hit? I said one player. This is not a game. Again, welcome to 1977 fun, people. This is... Oh, my lord. I'm sure I probably played this as a kid and was like, this was great. This is not so great. This is not great. At least give me a tank to hit. Something, a target. There's nothing here. All right, well, yay. Not a game. That's very fun to play. What else do we have here? Ooh, 280 Zap and Dodge Them. So this is a game that was in the arcade, 280 Zap and Dodge Them. Of course, the Atari 2600 had Night Driver, which is 280 Zap, and Dodge Them was Dodge Them. Same name. So we'll start with 280 Zap. Now, the one good thing about the 280 Zap, if I remember right, you do have the hood of your car, where the 2600 had just a small, like, T to represent your car. So I think they did a better job here. If my number one would press Michael B, man, my number one button just not working. 44 players? Oh, God. 1. Race time. We'll do 60. All right, fine. 66 seconds. Whatever. Take it. So you can see I got a speedometer. You pull... Oh, God. You pull the trigger and I went right to the wall. So the potentiometer is my steering wheel. Ooh, ooh. So this, I will say, looks better. Much better than the 2600 version of Night Driver. Ooh, ooh. These high-resolution graphics. And bang. I can't take these graphics, man. They are just blowing my mind. Oh, I'm all over the road. I need a Tesla autopilot. Oh, my lord. Now, I will say, at least on the Night Driver, there were, oh my God, there were other cars on the road to avoid. And here it's just you staying in this lane. Zork or Dork? I don't know. But I do like a speedometer at the bottom. I think it sounds pretty good. I do like a hood on the car. But again, you know, we're talking 1977. This was pretty revolutionary back in the day to do something like this. The finish line. Wow. Another great, fantastic game. So, let's go to Dodge Them, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a maze with one car going to the left, you're going to the right, and you're just trying to avoid each other, getting everything. The Astrocade is considered a first. Technically, this is considered a second generation, like the 2600. Because remember, there was the Magnavox Odyssey and Pong consoles, were really the first generation. So the 2600, the Fairchild Channel F, the Magnavox Odyssey, and this machine here, the Bally Professional Arcade, is a second generation. But what most people don't realize is when this came out, this was released within months, technically within months of the Atari 2600. And it's superior pretty much in every way. But because of the overheating problems, it was almost like the Coleco Atom. There were so many being sent back. They stopped selling it in stores, and you couldn't really get them through mail order. Even now, even the later versions, all of the problem with overheating. Well, let's go into Dodge Them here. We'll do race time. We'll do 66 seconds, because that's all. These buttons are so old, they just keep pressing. Oh, it's not. Maybe it's like turbo? Oh my God. Zork. Who thought of these names? Pow! Is this Batman? Na 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 na. Batman. Pow! Na 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 na. Batman. 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 Na 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 na. Boom. It's like driving on ice. They call this Ice Racer because this is not very accurate at all. Oh! Boom! And of course, when you're going your high, it's just your trigger for your gas, so it pulls you up to the center screen. So you really can't see what's coming at you. You know, I need autopilot. Where's my Tesla? Oh my, come on! Where's my Tesla autopilot? You know, I'm going to tell you right now, as kids, we were probably going, whizzing through this thing like no problem. But eye-hand coordination at my age is just not what it used to be. Zork! Bummer. All right, so that's your 280 Zap and Dodge Them, which actually were, one was like Night Driver, the other one was more like a turbo game. What else do we have here? 2014 Grand Prix, or Grand Prix. I always say Prix, but it's really Grand Prix. But it doesn't read to me. It's always Grand Prix. Grand Prix. But this, if I'm not mistaken, is like Sprint or Indy 500 on the 2600. But now this potentiometer is like a paddle. It doesn't go around indefinitely. It stops. So I don't know if you're using joystick for this or the paddle. So let's kind of see what this thing does. Charlie, right, it is hard as hell. Oh, there's a bunch of, look, wow. It just says Grand Prix. We got Grand Prix 1, 2, 3, Demolition Derby. Well, let's start with number 1. If it accepts number 1. We'll do number of players 1. There we go. Pro or beginner? I am taking 2. I am taking beginner. Number of laps. Let's do 3 laps. No! 3 laps. All right, so I'm assuming the trigger is my gas. And it's joystick. So left and right on the joystick. Oh, boy, this is so much fun. I'm going to do a lap. So, now this game, I'm definitely going to give to the Atari. Just because you had the Indy controller, which was a driver controller for it. Which, this game with a joystick, I guess it's okay, but... I'm not feeling the wind. I'm not feeling the roar of the crowd. And even with my gas going all the way, it's really slow. it's really slow. So once again, people, I want you to look at this. Next time you buy a game you think stinks for your PlayStation 64 or your Xbox 99, I want you to come back and look at this game right here and say, you know what? That game was not that bad. Because this is what we had in 1978. This is it, people. This is what we had. This is it. This is it. All right, we're gonna get out of this game because I can't take it myself. Let's see what number 2 is. No, we'll do 1 player, and it really stinks there's no computer players. It's nice that there's 4 controllers, so you can do up to 4 people, but it'd be nice to have a computer opponent. I'll do pro this time. 1, 1, 1, 1. Thank you. Number of laps, I'll do 2. Okay, so it's just a slightly different road. But do I go faster? Okay, the car goes faster in the pro. But it is... I actually might take Intellivision's auto race over this. That stinky 16-directional pad over... This is just wrong. I mean, even for then, this is kind of wrong. So boring. This is so boring. I can't even defend it. I can't defend it. I mean, I guess, again, if you had 2, 3, or 4 of your friends playing this, it would be really cool. It would. But by just doing this, it is boring. It's got to be even more boring for you watching me talk about how boring this is. All right, let's see what. Let's just take a look at the last map, I guess this game has. I'm gonna put 4 players just to have cars on the map, and I'll do pro. 1, 1. Come on, 1. Come on, 1. There we go. Number of laps. 2. There we go. See, you have 4 people that could potentially play this game. And I think that would make it fun. Now, I don't know if this map was really any harder than before. It's just basically a big circle. It kind of makes it look like it's not a big circle, but this is just a big, stupid circle. And I'm a winner. That's how that game ended. So there was one other game on here. Yes, nostalgic. There are 4 controller ports built in. This was the first console to have 4 ports on it. It wasn't the Atari 400. A lot of people think that it was. It was, or some people even thought like the Atari 4800 did. The first was this machine right here. It had 4 controller ports built into it. So let's take a look at Demolition Derby. So we'll hit 4 on that. I'm going to see if there's a computer opponent. So I'm going to say 1 person in here. If it takes 1. This pad is so old. 1. There we go. Enter number of points. We'll do 5 points. Okay, maybe I have a computer component. Opponent. Ooh, can I go backwards? Ah! What am I doing? I can only go backwards. This is definitely not Psygnosis Demolition Derby on your PlayStation. This is, again... Oh my god, this is so bad. Can't defend it. Maybe I'm getting points? I don't even know. Oh, we got a car. A car is out. There is a car out. The paddle doesn't do anything at all. It's just a joystick, left and right, and the trigger for your speed. Come on, I'm hitting him. Why am I not getting any points? I'm hitting him. Give me some points. Again, this is what we had. It was this or reruns of Laverne and Shirley. This is what we had. Again, I'm a winner. So some of these games are an early, right, Charlie? Early version of Twisted Metal. There you go. Now I do. What do I have here? I'm not gonna put that one in. I do happen to have one other thing in my sleeve here. I don't know if they make this anymore, but I do have a flash cartridge here, and it's not really a flash cartridge. They're all on here. It's use the dip switches to pick your game, and I'm not sure what game is picked now on here. I do have my cheat sheet we're gonna look at. But let's see what game I had last played on this with this ultimate flash cartridge. So let's put this in and see what we have here. I hope everyone's still awake out there watching this, but let's see. I'm gonna put this thing in here, and ooh, it doesn't want to go in too well. Get in there. All right, it's in. Gonna reset it. Ah, okay. Now, the Wizard. Can anyone tell me in the chat what game this could be? What game can the Wizard possibly be on this machine? And Michael B, you're right. You can't go wrong with the wood grain. They should release an Xbox 69 or PlayStation 52 in the wood grain. I think it'd be great. Does anyone have any idea what arcade game the wizard would be before I start it. I've stumped everyone here. Wizard of War, Nostalgic, you are correct. Cammy, yes, correct. Wizard of War. This is one of the fantastic ports for home console. Let's go take a look at Wizard of War on the Bally Astrocade, if it'll accept my number one. I'm going to go with medium. And again, listen to the music in this. This thing has fantastic sound effects. Let's go. I'm going to do 1. That's Wizard of War's soundtrack. I don't care what anyone says. This thing sounds just like it should sound. This thing had a great sound processor in it. And this is definitely one of the favorite games. Oh, you're getting away from me, sucker. Oh, no! Get down there. Oh! He was mine, but I screwed up. Okay. Getting ready. This is an excellent, I agree, this is an excellent port of this game. It's a shame they never had a chance to make Gorf, because I'm sure they would have done a really good job with Gorf on this as well. Come on, come on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And this is a great 2-player game. If I had someone to play with here, they have a very good port for 2 players. Come on, get up there. Come to Papa. Ooh, 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 ah! Oh, I shot him! Come on! This I would say, I agree, Nostalgic. This was a killer app for this machine. If they had this playing in the game store, actually a lot of video stores used to carry these machines. I'm sure this would have been a selling point for it. Oh, what the heck? Come to Papa. Oh, oh! No! Come to me, Mr. Wizard. Ah! Woo! Rocking it now. This, to prevent overheating, you cannot put it on the floor. It's got to be up on something. The vents at the bottom have to be left open. But I do recommend, if you have one of these, that you buy one of those like laptop cooling fans that sit underneath, just to blow cool air through it. These machines are so notorious for overheating. And the one good thing is, there are some warning signs of when it's going to overheat. You get a lot of graphic glitches. So when you start seeing graphic glitches, you better turn this thing off fast. You have maybe a few minutes to try and salvage it before you really fry the chips. Oh, come on! Come on, you. Oh! No! This guy's on crack. Here we go again. Oh, no, come on! Oh! Oh! Dang it! Dang! I think I should make a cooling system with water? Maybe! Again, it's a video processor chip. The other chips are okay. There is a heat sink on the video processor on here. So that's the chip that really is the only one that goes bad. But it really gets hot. Ooh, really gets hot. Dang! So that was a pretty good game, Wizard of War. Now, I have a couple of the games on here. I just got to find out where they are in this little menu here that are really well done in here as well, if I can find it. You have to turn, got to eject it. So let me turn this thing off, eject the cartridge, and I got to change the dip switches by hand. If I can find what I'm looking for, which is never easy. They actually have a version of Crazy Climber on here. So we're going to try that. So if I go to Crazy Climber, let's see. I got to do off. Which is off? Oh my God. I'm going to assume those are off. Yeah, don't get old, kids. Because you get old, you can't find nothing. All right. So it's going to be off, on, off, on, off. I think that's right. Nope. I'm going to find out. So I'm going to hit the reset on here again. Put the cartridge in the system. Best I can get in there. Reset it again. Crazy Climber. Now, this game can use 1 or 2 controllers. I'm going to use the 1 controller right now. Because I don't feel like getting up to getting the second controller. I'm a bit lazy. I'm not going to argue that point. So this was not an original release game. This was done after the machine had long been gone. You see 2011. This was programmed by someone and converted into a ROM cartridge. So let's take a look. I'm not sure if I press the joystick. 1 joystick. Yes. Or 2. I'm going to do 1 joystick. And again. Oh, there we go. Press up and down the joystick. Now, the building looks phenomenal. I mean, if you know what the Crazy Climber arcade machine looked like, this building looks exactly like it would have looked on that arcade machine. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. The only thing that doesn't look the part fully is my climber guy. Oh, my goodness. But I can. Come on. So the Crazy Climber guy is stuck. So 2 joysticks probably might be a little. Oh my! I'm done. Oh, I'm done. Trapped. All right, let's try this again. So I'd say this is again a very solid port of Crazy Climber. Now, they made it for the 2600 as well, and if you compare that to this, there's no question this is far superior. And I think again. The only thing holding this thing back is its memory limitations. This thing had very limited RAM. Uh-oh. Glenny might be in trouble. I got bunked. Really? Come on. Try and do 1 building. No! I was robbed. I was robbed. Try 1 more time. The hard thing now is using the 1 joystick. It still climbs like it does the arcade, but if an arm gets stuck, there's no way to move an arm. At least not one that I know of, anyway. Seems like I'm trapped. You definitely have to go the full motion, otherwise your hand does not grab on. Oh, come on! That's just wrong. Do I look really sexy doing this? Is this like, you know, very sexy for people out there? Oh, come on! No! Get over there! I'm going down! Get up. That is just wrong. I would definitely see the shortcoming of using 1 joystick. Because your hand gets pinned and you can't do anything. Oh, I'm trapped again. Up. 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 That's just not right. Just not right. But graphically, I think this is fantastic. Even the sound effects are decent enough. Look at this. I'm not even up like a quarter of the building. Uh-oh. 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 Eh. Again, I can't speak more highly enough of the controller itself. So that's Crazy Climber. So I think that's a pretty good port. Now there's another game on here. I want to find it on here. Now Crazy Climber was definitely a good game. But there's another port in here. I think that's really will show off what the machine's capable of. If I could find it. And I think I just found it. Okay. So, we need to go back to here. And we need to... Oh, come on. When you have no room on your desk, this really becomes a pain. Right there. We need to reset and take the game cartridge out once again. And we're going to change my dip switches. So this one's going to be off, off, on, off. And then on, off, on. Is that right? On. So we're going to be off, off, on, off, on, off. Man, these dip switches are a pain. You have these little dip switches you got to change, and they are a pain. So it's going to be off, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, I think that did it. So this, if I got the right thing here, will be quite surprising, this game, and how it plays on a system with not much more memory than the 2600 in a day. But again, if you take your time, you could do a good job. Does anyone have any idea what game Muncher could possibly be? Yeah, Chris, I did kind of rage quit Crazy Climber. I did. But does anyone have any idea what Muncher could be? Doing a little test for you all out there. Give it a second for guys to think about this. Do. What could Muncher be? What could... Yes! Pac-Man is correct. Again, Bally, Midway, had it in the arcade, but Atari got the home license, so they couldn't call it Pac-Man. They called it Muncher. But when you take a look at this port, you're going to be like, how could Atari release what they released when you see what's on this machine here called Muncher? You ready? Good joystick? Now again, not much more memory than the 2600. The sound is awesome, but it can't do it while it's moving. But to me, there's no question this was a better port of Pac-Man, even with the shortcomings. Like right now, Pac-Man only moves if you move in the joystick. If I don't move the joystick, he'll sit there. But I still think a really solid port of Pac-Man. See, if I put him like right here, he'll stay there. So that's a shortcoming of the game. But it's got all four ghosts. The other downside is the screen resolution on this was basically put in a low-res mode because they didn't have the memory address space to use the full capabilities of the graphic chip. The graphics chip could have done the arcade more justice, but unfortunately, they never even hooked up the pins. Even if you added RAM to the machine, you still cannot access those graphic modes without some pretty substantial hardware modifications. But again, this version of Pac-Man completely blows away the Atari 2600 version of it. And, you know, many people, if they had this back in the day, you know, Bally could have done a lot more. Even the maze is correct, you know? That Atari Pac-Man was just such an abomination. Now, of course, there was the 4K and the much superior 8K. Pac-Man. So comparable to that, obviously the 8K Pac-Man on the 2600 is far superior to this. I want some ghosts. I didn't get any ghosts. Of course, they're not ghosts, they're monsters, but, you know what I mean. They're monsters. Here we go. Now I'm doing better. See, even the eyes go back. And there's no flicker. This game's got no flicker. Oh, nice try there. Oh, dang it. If I can get through this level, I don't know if there's any cutscenes. I guess we're going to find out if I can make it through this level, if it's got actual cutscenes. Keep going. My mama told me, you better stop messing around and finish the level to see if there's a cutscene, bloody boy. Alright. I'm definitely going to clear the level. So let's see if there's a cutscene. So you can kind of stop just like that. You gotta make a move. I don't know if it's a cutscene, though. There are no cutscenes. Okay. Still, I think this is a pretty good port of the game. Rexer, buddy. How you doing, my friend? We have Michael B in here. We got the Rexer in here. We have a lot of YouTubers in here today. Oh. Watching me play some really old games on a really old machine. Oh, dang it. Dang. So that's Pac-Man on here. And I think there was actually a Miss Pac-Man port. I think I saw that in here as well. So let me double check my menu here. Because these old flash carts use dip switches. They have Miss Candyman. So I'm guessing that's Miss Pac-Man. So I got to once again hit the reset button. Pull this out. And mess with these dip switches. So Miss Candyman is off, off, on, and then off, off. All right. This might be Miss Candyman. I'm assuming it's Miss Pac-Man, guys. I don't know. Who else we have in here? We have UGCDTV. Everyone's in here today. We have Mango Slice. I want to thank you all for coming in. Oh. Doesn't even go to the menu. That is one scary looking lady. That's one scary looking lady. All right. Again, I'm assuming this is a Miss Pac-Man. Let's try it out. That 1? 8. I don't want no 8. 9. 1. This is me playing, so 1. Enter. Difficulty. I said 1. Okay, it is not Miss Pac-Man. Oh, God. Ooh. What? Why is a tow truck picking up a woman? Is she at a truck stop, lady? I don't know. Alright, I'm assuming I'm just eating these dots and avoiding whatever those other things are. I'm going to say the control in here is not the best. It's like, come on, move! Now this, my guess, was a basic game with the basic cartridge, and they just converted over, because that's what it looks like to me. The homebrew community with basic on this was humongous. Now again, if I'm right, the basic cartridge didn't have any additional RAM in it at all, so they would take half of the video RAM, which there wasn't much of that to begin with, and gave half of that to program in. So your screen resolution, everything was, you really had to know what you were doing to get the most out of the graphics and sound effects and everything. Ooh, I finished the level. I'm going to say this is very boring. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say this thing's not boring. It's pretty boring. But I kind of was hoping it was Miss Pac-Man. I feel like you're going on a blind date, and you know you got a little more than you expected and bargained for, if you know what I'm saying. Ooh, what's with the tow truck? I don't get that. Why does this tow truck pick this? Is she that fat that a tow truck has to? No, it's an ambulance. An ambulance I can see. Okay, that's not what I thought it was, so I'm not going to play that game again. But there is another good port of something on here, if I can find it. Oh my god, this is like reading. Oh, here we go. Okay. Where are you? I think it's just called War. If anyone has any idea what they think a game called War would be, that's what we're going to try next. We're going to try some War. Ooh. Sorry, cartridge. Let's see. This is going to be an on-off. On-off. You're going to be an off, on, off, on? Is that correct? Let's see. Off, on, off, on. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know. So this game is called War. If anyone thinks they have an idea what that game could possibly be on the Bally Astrocade. And did it see the cartridge? It's not seeing the cartridge. Well, that's not good. Not detecting my cartridge. Make sure I have those dip switches correct. It's on, off, on, off, on. That looks right. Let's try that again. It is not loading. It's a centering controller. It's a regular standard joystick, but the potentiometer is not centering. And that's a shame that game is not working. Why not? Does that require more memory? There are some games that need more memory. I think it might need more memory, which I don't have. Usually it says if it needs more memory. Why is it yellow? Okay, I'm going to check the dip switches one more time because it should be working, but it's not showing here. Okay, let's try this again. Again, these old cartridges, this is what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's on, off. Right. Oh, wait. I have something wrong. This is backwards, I think. Yep. Off. On. Off. There we go. I had them backwards. On. Off. 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 All right, man. This stuff is tedious. These dip switches can be very tedious. I think that's right now. Thanks for holding on for me, fellas. Does anyone have any idea what a game called War would be? Ooh. There we go. Okay. Anyone have any idea what War would be? War! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing! War! What's War? Nope, not Star Raiders. Not Star Raiders. Anyone else have any idea what War could be on this game system here? The Bally Astrocade. Going once. Going twice. I will say it's a potential up to 4-player game. War. We'll launch this right here. If it lets me press 1. If I'm not mistaken, this should be... oh God, I'm not forgetting the name myself. What's it called? Warlords. This should be Warlords. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. And it's a great... Look at that. It's very arcade accurate once again. The number of players is 1, unfortunately. 2. I mean, look at this. This is a console with the 2600, but look how good this thing looks. Now you stink. You stink! Come on! I'm dead already. Really? Really? I'm already dead? So just take a look at the graphics on here. Even the limited color palette of this machine, they can still do the castles and shade them in here. And again, a beautiful port. A beautiful port. Of course, I'm already dead and the computer's just playing itself. The one thing I'll keep saying is the computer here is either completely inert, like dumb, or the skill is like Jedi Master, and you have no chance at all. But again, this natively supports 4 joysticks, 4 paddles on the back of the unit. So you had this game and 3 of your friends. This was a fantastic game you've been able to play back in the day. Which hopefully they'll die and I'll get a chance at again. Yay! Alright, pull the trigger. Here we go. Kabing! Patty cake, baker's man. Keep slapping it back so Glenn can just sit here and do nothing. Oh, I'm in trouble. No! Oh! Come on! There we go. Oh, I'm in trouble. I need my defenses up. Raise the shields! Holy Toledo. Oh, come on! Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, am I in trouble? No! Ah! You sunk my battleship! That the one up, I still, I would like to get that one up Pong table. Warlords is just such a fantastic game, especially if you have friends to play with. When you play against the computer, I mean, they never make a mistake. But Nostalgic, good night. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Such a beautiful looking game. Is there anything else on here worth looking at? Let's take a look here. Let's see. So we have this lovely manual with all these different dip switch settings for different games that are on here. Crosswords? Nah, I'm not going to do crosswords. Checker, I can pass on checker. We did Amazing Maze already. Castle of Horror. I got to take a look at that. Just because it said Castle of Horror, I need to kind of take a look and see what that game is. So while I'm picking this up, I'll do something different. Let's do this. While I'm trying to find the game on here, let me go into Checkmate. Let you guys be entertained with some Checkmate. What is this thing doing? I'm not in a calculator. Get out of there. Let's go back to Checkmate, which was 2. We'll do 4 and 0. This way you guys can be entertained while I'm doing this. The computer's merciless. Merciless. I could totally lie and say I'm playing the game, but I am not. Okay, this game is called Castle of Horror. Again, I'm going to assume this was a basic game, cassette basic game that they converted, because I've never heard of it before. So I'm going to take a look here. Put it in. Obstacle course tournament of Castle of Horror. I will pick 2. Castle of Horror. Oh, well, this looks interesting so far. Switch all on, press equal. Okay. Okay, that didn't do anything. 1 to 4 players. Switch all on. What does that mean? What does that mean, switch all on? 2. Okay. Well, that obviously doesn't work, so we're going to reset, take this thing out again. This time we'll do some scribbling. Go out of here, we're going to 4, 0, and let you just watch the computer play. Will I find something else we could do here? We'll try to end this thing on a good note here. Let's see. Clowns. Oh, that sounds like one we might want to do. On. So on. Okay, let's try this game here. Hit the reset button again. Okay, Brickyard, I'm going to guess, is going to be Breakout. Just a guess. We'll try to look at that first. Again, we have the joystick and the paddle on here. So I'll start with Brickyard. And we'll do advanced. We'll do advanced. Number of players is 1. Number of balls? Do 5. Oh, wow. So again, these controllers are really, really good. I like how the ball has a little gravity effect to it. It kind of just drops. Instead of going in a straight line, the gravity kind of takes it and it curves it down a little bit more. Oh. I think it's my last ball. Now again, this is a good game, but Breakout on the 2600 had so many game variations. This really just has 2 games. It's got this and Clowns. I mean, again, if you had this, you're playing the game, that's great. But the 2600 has so many game variations that really made them better. Let's take a look at Clowns, which I think is the balloons up top, and you got to get the clown bouncing to bust the balloons. 1 player. We'll do 5 again. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And visually, the balloons and clowns on the Atari Clowns were square blocks. At least here they made them kind of look like balloons. And the teetering point was just a stick. Here at least they put a spot that looks like a pivot point. So they just, the little nice touches, okay. Well, how do you turn your thing around? That's stupid. Oof. These games look so simple, but they're not as easy to play as you think. Oh, come on! Now, in the 2600 version, you could press the trigger button and your pivot point would swap sides. Here, they let you go underneath so your guy can still land on it. You can't turn your pivot point at all. which does make it a little bit harder. Hey, I'm in the money. I mean, more money. And I will say that the Atari 2600 version, again, had more options of how to play the game. And I think it was faster. It felt like it was faster anyway. So, does anyone have any questions about the Bally Astrocade? Because I think that's about all I'm going to do tonight as far as the stream on this machine. Because, again, this machine is working okay right now. But these are generally ones that overheat. So, I don't want to run it too much longer. Yep, this Basic Circus Atari, again, I think was better than here. Graphically, I think it's looked a little bit nicer, but the 2600 had more game variations, and I think the paddle responded better, and the game played faster overall. So I want to thank you all for watching here. I'll be doing a lot more of these. I still have my Fairchild Channel F, Magnavox Odyssey 2. I have a Nuon, Jaguar, 3DO, Pong. If I get my son to play, but do some Pong. So I have a lot of other machines I want to kind of do here and kind of show some of the games. But I think for now, everyone, I'm going to call it an evening. I want to thank you all for, coming on the stream. And remember, enjoy your Sunday and game on, everybody.
At the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit.